Not that long ago, Donald Trump suggested that we should perhaps bomb Mexico to take out the drug cartels. In fact, according to a report from Rolling Stone just a couple weeks ago that we talked about right here, Donald Trump is actually having his people draft up a plan on how that would actually work. Like how we would work with the Mexican government, of course, to bomb the hell out of their country in an attempt to take out the drug cartels. And it was a pretty ridiculous plan at the time, right? Well, suddenly Republicans think, you know what? It's not so ridiculous. And you have Republicans Dan Crenshaw and Mike Waltz in the House of Representatives that are actually helping to draft up these so-called battle plans, according to reports. So they're all on board. You've got Josh Hawley in the Senate. Or excuse me, not Josh Hawley, Tom Cotton, who is on board with the idea that maybe we ought to be bombing Mexico to take out the drug cartels. Other Republicans, of course, are also warming up to the idea, including, not surprisingly, Lindsey Graham. But this is what Republicans want to do, and they actually have a very easy path to do it. All they have to do, and Marjorie Taylor Greene had suggested this not long ago, is slap that terrorist label onto the drug cartels. So once we, as a government, declare these people terrorists, the AUMF actually gives the administration the authority to go out and bomb these people. Like, we don't need congressional approval at that point because they already have it with the AUMF. But it all depends on whether or not we can slap that terrorist label on these drug cartels. Now, so far, all of the plans, as I mentioned, do involve getting the Mexican government involved, because we can't just hop the border, go down there and start bombing a sovereign country that we share a border with. God, no. Right? I mean, that's not a thing we would do. I hope, but I'm willing to bet Republicans wouldn't care if we didn't have the support of the Mexican government. They would somehow try to justify it, saying, well, the drugs are coming in here and they're killing people, so we're allowed to go down there and start killing people. Let me explain something to you. And this is mostly for the Republicans. Do y'all actually think that there's just like massive compound where all of the drug cartels live, and that's where they make the drugs, that's where they ship them from, and it all takes place in like these centralized locations where you can go in there and just bomb and take out the compound and it's over? Most of this happens in neighborhoods. You may have members of a drug cartel owning multiple properties in a neighborhood, but the rest of the properties, guess what, folks? That's people just like you and me. People just living their lives. You go and bomb those areas, or you send military teams in there to start shooting, you're going to kill civilians. But Republicans don't care about that. Like, you can't strike the Mexican drug cartels without killing civilians. And I get it. You want to stop the drugs coming into the country. Totally understand that. So how about we invest more money in the people who actually are down there looking for the drugs when people cross the border? I mean, did you even think about that step? Maybe try to stay one step ahead of the smugglers and the cartels by developing new technology that can better detect the drugs. I don't know if you've ever watched the show To Catch a Smuggler, but the drug cartels, the drug smugglers are getting very creative with how they're doing it. And to a degree, Border Patrol, the folks down there scanning the cars and all that, they do a pretty good job of finding a lot of it, but they do not find all of it, of course. And then we have other ways drugs come into the country, but we also have plenty of drugs coming into this country from not Mexico. You're also singling out Mexico, not because that's where the drug cartels are, but because you want to deter people from coming across that border. That's what this is really about. Because we have drugs that come into the United States from China, from India, from South America. They're coming in through the ports from all over the world. We have drugs coming in from Africa. We have drugs coming in from Europe. But I don't hear y'all talking about bombing those countries. I don't hear you talk about going and bombing Colombia. No, you just want to bomb Mexico. And it has nothing to do with drugs. Trust me on that. They want to stop people from coming across that southern border. And a massive military campaign by the U.S. military is certainly going to deter some people from trying to cross that border if they know that they got the drones flying in the air ready to shoot people, which is exactly what these Republicans would do. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.